On this episode of Arrive or Drive, we're going to get into it today. We're going to get into why the rotary.
See what would boost that. 14.
Today I'm going to tell you guys why I've never LS swapped my car or put any other engine other than the rotary. And most people go, well, why do you want to keep that engine? No, it needs rebuilds all the time. It uses a lot of oil. It's not fuel efficient. Well, I'm going to tell you why. Let's start with the elephant in the room, reliability, rotary reliability. Well, let me tell you about rotary reliability. A lot of things that you hear are just not true. This car makes 426 rear wheel horsepower on 14 psi. I do have a 18 psi tune, but I normally don't use it. There's no traction, therefore no use for it. But the goal here is to make reliable power, and this car does that, and it does it very well. It's got all the injectors, has all the fuel rails, computer, runs a Microtech computer, all the things to keep it cool. It's tuned correctly, it's maintained correctly, it's pre-mix, 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 pre-mix. Let's get into the advantages of keeping it rotary. First of all, the rotary engine in itself is a lightweight engine. Yes, it's very lightweight, and it sits very low. It's a small engine, it sits very low in the engine bay. And as we know, center of gravity being lower helps with handling. And the RX7 is a great handling car. It's almost a mid-engine, or it's considered a mid-engine car. And why is it considered a mid-engine car? Because the engine sits so far back in the engine bay also. So here we go. So let's talk on an engineering base. And I'm no engineer, but I understand it a little bit. The engine sits low, and the engine sits back, far back, behind the front axle. So therefore, low to the ground, center of gravity, and a 50 to 50 weight distribution, which allows this car to handle beautifully. And if you have a chance to drive one, guys. I promise it will not disappoint you. Alright guys, so let's talk horsepower and torque. A lot of the guys, they like to put LS's in this car. And you know, it's a lightweight car at just a little over 2,700 pounds. It's a blast to drive. And with an LS, it's basically a light Corvette. But with the rotary, it is very manageable also, and still very fast. Matter of fact, it has plenty of torque, believe it or not. But why does it have torque? When everybody says, oh, these cars don't have any torque, I don't know what you're talking about. They just have horsepower and you have to rev them all the way out. True, but not true. So here we go. It's all about the setup. This car in particular has a mid-size turbo, and it is a twin scroll turbo. Therefore, also having, when I say twin scroll, meaning that the turbo is divided, has two entrances basically in the exhaust, and is divided, and it also has two west gates, allowing it to boost on the low end. And as we know, turbos give torque. Okay, once again, turbos give torque. So yes, if it did not have a turbo, this car would have no torque. But because of the turbo and because of the setup, and with the V-mount and the shorter IC tubes, basically the IC pipes, allows the car to boost much faster, therefore allowing the turbo to give the motor some torque. And it has plenty of torque. If you guys seen some of the other videos, you'll see in second gear, first gear, the tires are just spinning. They're spinning. I am having trouble with traction because of the torque. Now, with that said, the torque monster of these cars is actually the 3-rotor, which we'll get into that later, because that probably be coming in the future for this car. So make sure, if you're not subscribed, you might want to subscribe, because in the very near future, maybe, possibly, you may be looking at 3-rotor for this car. So guys, thank you for watching. I hope you got something out of this video. I hope to make many more videos. I enjoy making the videos, and I hope to make better videos as I go. Thank you for watching, and rap on.